Joyce Hulbert is my name. It's what I go by as an artist. I'm from Berkeley, California. I am an art conservator in textiles, specializing in textiles, ancient and historic and contemporary. And I'm an artist mostly now in large-scale mixed media works of assemblage collage involving drawing, found object, digital printing. And I first came to Azule in 2013 after learning about Azule at an Alliance of Artist Communities conference. And I was very impressed of what I saw about Azule. So I came for 2 weeks. And in one of those weeks, I was joined by my husband, Mark Hulbert, who's an architect, and there were just wonderful artists here at that time, and we got a lot of work done, and the environment really encouraged us in its beauty and its connection to nature.
What part of being at Azule do you think most helps your creative process?
Carving out the time to work. Even now, way more than when I was here in 2013. My life is very busy with elder care, caregiving, my business as a conservator, my art career. I'm very busy in the Bay Area, so to be able to come here and reflect and have the bugs at night to listen to, and the overall ambiance of the place encourages you to slow down.
So have you noticed any differences between 2013 and 2019 here at Azule? Anything that jumps to your mind?
Honestly, I do not. Other than that, just at this moment, the grounds I think are kind of exceptional with all the grass cut. You can just really see this expanse of the environment where the center sits, and it's just has a great sense of centeredness here.
Would you speak more as to what the nature of your mixed media work is? What sort of themes do you like?
Sure. I mix I'm very much inspired by nature. When I find things in nature at a significant moment, say on a hike, or that I collect them, and I consider them like talisman. Also things from my life. The last large series I did was called Common Wheel, and I was working off of inspiration of the Tibetan Buddhist idea of the Kali chakra, the cycles of time, this kind of the wheel of Dharma, the wheel of time. So I worked with a variety of wheel images and circle images, either that I did with ink or drew, and I used like my grandmother's glass cake plate that I photographed as a mandala, and that went into it, and also the top of my very first meditation cushion went into one of the things. So things that are important to me go into my work, and then that gives more meaning to me as I'm building that story.
As far as you work as an art restorer, is that right?
Yeah, I work as an art conservator. So as in private practice, I work for myself. My studio is behind my home in Berkeley. I conserve and do archival mounting of ancient, historic, and contemporary textile art forms. So some of my specialties have been ancient textiles from South America, from Peru and Chile. I have 2 large tapestries in the studio right now, European tapestries. I just mounted 2 incredibly elaborate contemporary Indian wedding garments, all handmade, like Bollywood par excellence. And then heirlooms, you know, samplers, all kinds of things that people hold on to and pass down through their family. So it's a custodial relationship I have with textiles, in addition to having a real passion for it as a real art form.
So even though your focus is more on textiles and say architecture, I don't know if you've noticed, but this house started out as that log cabin.
Yes.
And you can sort of see the outlines of it in that downstairs area. Do you, as a conservator, I guess, experience this space as something that is in itself, like a custodian of itself?
Oh, I think you know, Camille is a fascinating person, and I think her vision, we didn't have the pleasure of meeting her partner, but her vision is extremely large, and to see how all this was, I introduced her to a term I use. I say woe manifestation. I put W-O at the front because manifestation is with a capital M, but
Wool manifestation.
Wool manifestation.
I like that. Very good.
That I feel that in the place, and would love if it had a lot more funding so that it could be looked after very, you know, very, very diligently. But I think the main evidence of that custodial is the fact that Camille was a back to the land person in the early 70s, and that's starting to happen maybe a little bit again, and that idea of carving out a place and doing something within a community is probably her greatest custodial effort. You know, the building is just because she's passionate, you know.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Oh, I hope it lasts a long time. I definitely want to come back. It's been a pleasure to just drop by again on my travels, and look forward to doing that again.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, pleasure very much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Okay.